Hello and welcome to an Introduction to Artistic Creation, Part 1. My name is Anya Hogan-Finley, and I'm a Program Officer in the Explore and Create program at the Canada Council for the Arts. We're looking forward to giving you a clear understanding of this funding opportunity. Let's get started. In this video, we're going to introduce artistic creation. We'll explain who can apply, what activities are eligible, and we'll review application limits and maximum request amounts. Introduction to Artistic Creation. Artistic creation is part of the Explore and Create program. Explore and Create funds Canadian artists, artistic groups, and organizations committed to the creation and dissemination of innovative, vibrant, and diverse art. This program advances Canadian artistic practices by encouraging artists to investigate creative processes and take risks that lead to the development of unique works destined to connect with the public. The Artistic Creation funding opportunity supports artistic research and experimentation, creation, production, and public sharing of artistic work. You can apply for a project grant to develop, create, and share artistic work at any or all stages of the creative process. Projects that involve public sharing of work must also involve at least one or more of the activities found in the eligible activities list, which we will be discussing soon, as all projects must include creation activities. Next, we will review who can apply to artistic creation. Eligible applicants to artistic creation include artists or arts workers, artistic groups, artistic organizations, business cultural connectors, First Nations, Inuit, or Métis, artists or arts cultural workers, First Nations, Inuit, or Métis, cultural carriers, First Nations, Inuit, or Métis, for-profit organizations, First Nations, Inuit, or Métis, groups or collectives, First Nations, Inuit, or Métis, not-for-profit organizations. Organizations presently receiving core grants cannot apply. If you are an individual working for a group or organization that is receiving a composite or core grant, you may only apply for a personal project that is not associated with the activities of that group or organization. Next, we will cover what activities are eligible. There are several different categories of eligible activities in artistic creation. Your application can include one or several of these activities. The first is artistic research, investigating, examining, and reflecting upon the process, impacts, and outcomes of your artistic practice. This includes curatorial research and critical writing. Some examples of this include archival research, location scouting, residencies, etc. Next, artistic experimentation, exploring new approaches, techniques, and ideas for your project. Examples can include exploring a new medium or genre, testing new technology, working with new collaborators, incorporating new elements into one's practice, etc. Other eligible activities include creation of artistic work, all steps involved in developing and creating an artistic work in any field of practice. Examples include writing and/or illustrating a book, creating choreography, new pieces in studio, writing a play or screenwriting, writing songs, rehearsals, working with collaborators on creating new work, etc. Production of artistic work, transforming your idea into a final artistic work ready to be shared with the public. Examples include staging, set building, recording, installation of an exhibition, pre-publication activities such as design, editing, or layout, production of media arts projects, etc. Artists and community collaboration, Activities wherein professional artists and organizations collaborate with community members in the creation of work. Examples include an artist working with youth groups or in a healthcare facility to create collaborative work, working with a specific cultural community toward a presentation of works, etc. Public sharing of artistic work, publicly sharing your work in the final stages of the creative process. Examples include live performances, exhibitions, screenings, readings, public participation in the creation of work, virtual or digital activities, publication, and other forms of dissemination. Activities can take place in person, online, or both. Travel related to your project is eligible as part of your request. Your project's start date must be after the date of submission. If your funding is approved but your activity dates change, you'll be able to propose new dates. Works in progress are eligible. However, the Council can only fund the part that has not yet been completed. Thanks for following along so far. We're happy to share helpful information and tools about artistic creation. Funding is competitive, so preparing a clear and compelling proposal is key. Guidance and resources are available in the portal to help you submit your applications with confidence. If you have questions, you can always connect with a program officer. Up next, we're going to cover ineligible activities. Let's continue. What activities are ineligible? Ineligible activities in artistic creation include projects mainly focused on public sharing, dissemination, or touring of artistic work without an element of creation. Activities that were completed before the application submission date. Translation projects. Activities on the general list of ineligible activities, which can be found on the Canada Council for the Arts website. Next, we will discuss annual application limits in artistic creation and maximum request amounts. The maximum you can request in artistic creation is up to $75,000 per application. You can receive a maximum of $150,000 per year. For example, you can receive 2 successful grants for $75,000 each, or 3 successful grants of various amounts, but you cannot receive more than $150,000 overall per calendar year. You can submit up to 3 applications per year, and that's between January 1st and December 31st. If you have any questions, you can use the Help feature to communicate with program staff at the Canada Council. The fastest and easiest way to connect with the Council and ask questions in the portal is to log a case. To do so, use the Help feature on the homepage or the navigation bar to log a case. Program staff will receive your question and send a response to the email address you've provided. Assistance will be provided whether or not you have an account. In the next Introduction to Artistic Creation video, we'll review eligible expenses, the assessment process, and the assessment criteria for artistic creation. You can also learn about all these topics in more detail through our self-study or quick reference guides located on our website. Keep in mind that no matter where you are in your journey, if you have a question about an application, a funding opportunity, or need help using the portal, you can always connect with us. Thanks for joining us today.